Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Local philanthropist Dr. Venus Sherry has once again come to the rescue of parents and students at the cusp of the reopening of school. Sherry has been on a mission to collect and distribute books to those in need. The initiative, he says, has received lots of support all over the island, and as such, he says he is empowered to continue. Genevieve Gonzaga has more.
Dr. Venus Cherry is back, and this time he is collecting and distributing textbooks to students all over St. Lucia. Dr. Cherry has set up a table at Seaview in Gros-Islet, where members of the public can donate books as well as come with their book lists to see what they could find. Speaking to the local philanthropist on Friday, he expressed elation at the fact that so many people are reaching out and assisting with the initiative.
I have my whole team there. My Seaview brothers has been here from day one. Sometimes they're here before me in the morning at 6 o'clock putting the books out. We take text messages from people with the textbooks, with the book list, and we go through and see if we have, and we let them know, we put it aside for them. I mean, if you guys can see, so many books out here. The table has gone up, it has gone down. At one point we had just a few books left, and every day, all day, people call me all over and say, hey, where can we meet? I have books. All forms, all grades, you know, primary, secondary. We might not have what everybody needs, but we just might have what somebody needs. The lady came in from the valley. 2 of them came in from the valley yesterday. Each of them got about 11 or 10 books. And, you know, that's the joy of doing this. And it's amazing how many people are reaching out and saying, hey, I have books. And most of those books are in very, very good condition. Some of them have been covered and well taken care of. And so it's going amazing so far.
Cherry says while he introduced the initiative, it would not be possible without the people making the contributions, and as such, he took time to express thanks to his team, Rise St. Lucia, and all other people who contact him on a daily basis with books or other supplies they can offer. Hot 7 captured the managing director of Black Art Productions, David Shakes Christopher, showing support to the initiative.
But then when I saw what you're doing, I said I have to really come and give you my support. Yes, it's the first day out of quarantine, and I really endorse what you're doing here right now, and I want to really call on the rest of St. Lucia and everybody around in the community, near and far, east, west, north, and south, to really support what you're doing here, because we can find the next leader in this drive what we're doing here now. Education is the power. You may have $1 million, but if you don't have education, you wouldn't know how to spend that $1 million. So I want God to continue blessing you. Stay focused, keep the drive going. From Black Art and my family and my crew, we will try to see the best we can do to endorse this and support this. The Boxing Association will try to put on a nice event together with you so we can punch. We're going to call this event Punch the Positive into the youths, you know what I'm saying?
Christopher hinted that in the upcoming days, his business will take on the mantle of raising funds to support the drive that Cherry has undertaken. Cherry says in the upcoming days, a lot more is in store for St. Lucia as he continues his mission of helping as many students as possible have a fair shot at education.
In a few days, we will be handing out a check to the principal of Gros-Islet, Monchy, and Grand Riviere for about $13,000, which is the money we raised at the soccer event, charity event, and we have notebooks and stationery items to give along with that. So it's not just one drive, it's many different drives happening. Tablets are being distributed as we speak, desktop computers are being distributed as we speak, textbooks and supplies are being distributed as we speak. This just shows that a community that comes together, a country that comes together, can get a lot done. And that's all it is.
Dr. Cherry says he will do everything in his power to lend a helping hand to youth in his community and make a positive impact on their lives. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzaga.
Members of the Gros-Islet community are speaking out against what they say is stigma attached to youth of the community who are being depicted as thugs or criminals simply because of their appearance. Hot 7 TV spoke with one young man who says he has been affected by such stigma. He says he is ready to advocate on behalf of future generations. Shaka Wooding reports.
A group of young men in the Gros-Islet community have become increasingly popular for their interventions in various issues affecting youth in Gros-Islet. Most recently, the young men have been aiding the efforts of local philanthropist Dr. Venus Cherry in the procurement and distribution of school books, uniforms, and shoes to those in need. Action which has been met with its fair share of criticisms due to the long-standing stigmas which have been directed towards young men in the area. Speaking on behalf of the group, Terville Keneally says the young men have made an active decision to tune out the noise and continue to pursue action which is in the best interest of the education and well-being of youth in their community.
Basically, we do real business with the stigma people have in regards to us. We're just doing what we have to do. You get me? To give back to the community. You get me? That is all. Well, we're just helping. That is all it is. They have no way to feel about it, to say we don't want no credit, we are looking for no credit, no extra credit. We're just doing it. We're helping who that there to help. Who that come forward, we're helping. Because the books have not selling and we're just giving them away. Simple.
He says the young men pay no interest in changing the minds of those who have chosen to cast judgment based on their appearance. They believe that their actions speak well on their behalf.
I have nothing to say to them. It's up to them to think what they want. Everybody have their own mind to think what they want. Actions speak louder than words. That is a simple thing.
The young man stresses that one's worth is not determined by how they are perceived by others. Jaco Wooding, Hot 7 News.
Communications Officer in the Ministry of Infrastructure, Shannon LeBon, has provided updates on some of the road rehabilitation projects currently being undertaken by the ministry. LeBon says with many projects nearing completion, the ministry is gearing up for a new series of projects to begin in the coming weeks.
As told by Communications Officer in the Ministry of Infrastructure, Shannon LeBon, local officials are working studiously to bring an end to the turmoil experienced by several communities as a result of lengthy roadwork projects. According to LeBon, several projects, including the rehabilitation of the Larry Trett Bridge and the Grand Riviere Road, are nearing fruition.
The Larry Trett Bridge, the last time we visited that site, it was 90% complete. The contractor on the ground, he was just backfilling the bridge. The entire bridge is in place, and the plan then was to allow the residents in the vicinity of the bridge access. However, because of road widening works on the Larry Trett Road and improvement works happening along the Larry Trett Road, we would not open the entire roadway to the general public, general commute. I know there was some dust which troubled some of the residents, particularly in the White Rock area. The contractor sealed that area, so limiting the dust significantly, and he also uses a water truck pretty frequent to ensure that we can limit the dust.
The communications officer shed some light on the delays which had affected previous projections for projects in Jacmel and Saltibus.
The Blackstone in Jacmel project, a bit of a challenge on the ground there. We did substantial work. However, there were a few teething issues, domestic issues with that project site. We worked with the authorities to iron them out. We work with the community to iron them out, and we're in a position now where a new contractor has been engaged and the final details are just being sorted out. He should be on the ground in the coming days. Saltibus, a big one for us. It is our largest project, the Saltibus and the Jetwin Roads rehabilitation project. Paving works are ongoing right now. The contractor is working with Wasco, the water and sewage company, where they have a pipe relocation exercise. Because you're putting in new roads and new drainage, we have to relocate and replace a number of pipes. So we want to sensitize the residents of that area. Paving works are ongoing, so if you're driving into Saltibus, if you live in the area, expect delays. The last update we got, expect delays of up to 20 minutes, but that project should be delivered within the coming weeks successfully.
He went on to announce some new projects, which are set to commence in the coming weeks.
All around St. Lucia, tout au Liwampe, north, south, east, and west, we are at work working for the benefit of the people of St. Lucia, delivering better roads and safer access. So in Denby North, the Lapel, Larissus, Lumiere Road, that is scheduled for some upgrades. Denby South, Upper Bois-Joli, Lacaille, Lumiere. In Soufrière, the Zenon Road, Esperance to Diamond Road, Belfort to Boisden, Belfort to Robleau as well. I'm in Cachy Southeast. Number of projects in Babonneau, Choiseul, Desbreuil. If you can just go through Babonneau, Bourguis to Marquis, Bourguis to Gara, in Dennery South.
For further details on the projects being undertaken by the Ministry of Infrastructure, members of the public are urged to join Shannon LeBon as he hosts Eyes on the Road, a new informational program aired weekly on Hot 7 TV. Jacques Wooding, Hot 7 News.
Beach vendors island-wide took part in a training workshop which was aimed at equipping them with the tips and means of coping through the pressures of the COVID-19 pandemic. With their daily bread at stake, a word of caution and a call for patience was given, reminding them that they should refrain from risking infection through interaction with tourists, as their lives are worth more than the money that they stand to make.
The final of a series of training workshops being conducted for the island's beach vendors took place on Wednesday, teaching the attendees the importance of valuing their lives over making money. The workshop was held at the Financial Center in Castries and sought to prepare the vendors for their imminent return to the beaches, as well as to tackle the burdens which they face as they have suffered massive losses of income since the COVID-19 pandemic took effect in St. Lucia. Commercial Services Officer at the National Conservation Authority, Lydia Cox, served as the facilitator at the workshop. She explained that since the phased reopening of the tourism sector, the vendors have raised many questions that the NCA was hoping to have answered.
They are not ready to go to the beach. However, we felt it was necessary to do the training in anticipation. We do not want a situation where if we're told tomorrow that they can start operating, then we're then thinking of training. We have almost 300 vendors, and we would hate to know that we have them out there untrained and not ready to deal with, the new normal. So we've been conducting the training in collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism and the Department of Environmental Health. At the end of the training, what we hope to happen is that vendors would be more aware, they would be more conscious, more sensitive, and more careful as they go about their daily lives, and not just as a vendor, but at home, in their community. We think that COVID is a very serious thing, and it has to be taken seriously. And in speaking with the vendors, one of the things that I try to emphasize is the need to think of yourself. Almost to the point of being selfish, of saying that it's about me, it's all about me. I want to be safe. Because once you are safe, you can't infect anybody else.
Vendor at the VG Beach, Rosalina Lecomte, who took part in the training, said it was an interesting and eye-opening session. She said she learned some valuable lessons that she will put into practice.
We've been home from March, so it's a bit, hard, I can tell you. Yeah, but with this training today, I think, I've learned a lot more. And come maybe next season or whenever they come, I'm going to be prepared. Come when the season is open, they will let us know. But we have to take the necessary precautions. Money is not all. Our lives are more important than money. But since that's what we do for a living, I'm assuming that, we take the necessary precautions.
Lecomte also had this message to her fellow beach vendors.
Now they're saying that there is actually going to take actions against them because they're not supposed to. They're breaking the law by going to the hotel and, sniffing in just to sell to the tourists, so they will be taking actions right now.
So what words of advice do you as a fellow vendor have for them?
Well, I would tell them just wait until, the green light is there so we can go ahead. But in the meantime, it's a no-no.
Some of the highlighted points pushed in the training included the importance of washing and sanitizing hands and equipment, handling of money, wearing of masks, social distancing, and the method of dealing with people one-on-one. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more coming up after the break.